All right, y'all. You Twin City Firewood. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for your time watching, commenting, liking, whatever you want to do. I'm going to be using my 562 to cut up this pile of red oak, and it is some fine looking logs. This is tree service wood. And I thought I'd just spin you around and show you a little bit about what I got and tell you a little bit about what I got. I've already cut up some of this stuff. I used the 572 on this, and it worked fine on it. It was not too much for the 572, but I should have used my 592. It just would have ripped through it in a little more timely fashion, you know. So I'll show you a couple little loads I've gotten recently from my buddy Pumpkin. And his nickname's Pumpkin. If y'all been following along, you've heard me talk about him before. Call him Pumpkin because he's got a big old noggin on him. His head is shaped like a pumpkin. He got a big old head. And that's just his nickname. So that's why we call him that. He's got a heck of a business. He's a really good tree guy. He's the best around here. And I'm blessed to be friends with him. And this is just a side benefit of us being buddies. So he brings me some good stuff, but let me show you some other stuff, you know. And I know some of y'all have talked about before with tree service, you got to take the good with the bad. Well, the last 3 or 4 loads have been just excellent, but it's not always like that. And I'm not complaining. I'm just going to kind of show y'all what I get and how we go about it. So you can see that. Here's another load. I think he brought me 3 or 4 loads of red oak. And you just can't get any better than that. I love that size right there. And it's a big load. When he brings it, I mean, he's got 2 or 3 big dump trucks. And look at that. Isn't that good? This is some hickory he brought me. It's big, but it's straight, you know. And then this is some older willow oak here. I've kind of let it sit. I don't really like willow oak. It'll be something I get to when I get to it. And here's another load of that red oak. Pretty straight stuff. Now look, you'll see it's got some brush in it and stuff. Big deal. It'll go in the burn pile, you know. That's what having a tractor with a grapple's for. Now here's some stuff, you know. Yeah, I'm glad to have it. I'm not complaining. It's good straight logs. Look at there. If I had a sawmill, that'd probably be a saw log right there. And I'll definitely work that up. Red oak splits great, y'all know that. But yeah, there's a big old knotty, crotchy piece. But I won't complain about that, you know. I'll throw it in my burn pile with the tractor. I know it helps to have a tractor when you get tree service wood, that's for sure. But I'm pretty happy with that. I don't like getting a whole lot of big stuff, but I will take it here and there. And it does him a favor, because right now, where he takes the majority of his wood, they're covered up and they've stopped all the dumping. So, you know, I'll try to help him out where I can. This is some more hickory he brought me. And then this is some older oak that has been sitting here for a while. And you'll notice it don't look all that great. There's still some good wood in it. But I just kind of let it sit because I usually get to the better stuff first. And a lot of this stuff in here, y'all may kick me or throw rocks at me, but I won't even mess with some of this stuff. I get burn on it sometimes when it starts getting them mushrooms and that poorly looking wood. When you cut into it and split into it, to me it's just not worth my time when I've got ample amount of wood here. So some of this is not so good, you know, and you got some big knotty pieces. I won't even put a saw in them. I will take them to my burn pile over here, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But like, some of that stuff is not so good, you know. So it's not like it's all roses and just excellent looking poles, but that's the nature of the game with tree service wood. And that's what I love. I'm blessed to be able to have a tractor with a grapple. And this right here is where the grapple shines, you know. Here's some white oak, a lot of good wood in there. And some of that stuff I won't even lay a saw in. If it's too big for my tractor, which every now and then he's brought me some stuff that's too big for my tractor to pick up, well, I'll just roll it over here, or I'll hook it up with my tractor and I'll pull it over there. And this is some brush and some leaves. I'll clean it up and get the good stuff. The brush and the leaves, help with my burn pile. You know, it'll help me get my burn pile started a little easier. There's some nice white oak logs. I like to get those chips from him. I'll ask him for chips from time to time. There's another pile, and I'll spread them chips out. Matter of fact, I need to do that sometime because I got weeds coming up. And here's another recent load of red oak that he's brought me. So there's some oak back in there. I'll be honest with you, I don't even know if I'll fool with it. Bark's coming off of it, which is, I don't have no problem with that, but it's got some mushrooms coming out. I'm gonna have to be particular about what I take to the cutting table over there and what I take to the burn pile. I'll be honest with you, I'm glad it's closer to the burn pile than to my cutting table. And then here's some more. This has been sitting here for a year or better. Some good stuff in here though, you know, I'll pick it out. And here's some pecan, or some pecan I call it. Some people call it pecan. Some nice straight stuff. I don't like working with pecan, but people like it and they'll buy it, so that's what I'll fool with. So anyways, I just thought I'd show y'all a little bit of inventory there. I don't have much room for more wood unless I start putting it in odd places, and you know, unless he's just in a bind, I'll tell him no, I'll hit pause on the loads for a little while. But if he's in a bind, I'll tell him come on, bring it on. Every now and then I'll let him dump it right on my burn pile, because you know, it's not like you can just get great loads of wood all the time, but to me it's definitely worth it versus going to other places, getting the wood on other people's property at a convenient time for them and you. It just doesn't make sense. Now, I'm not saying I never do it. I've done it several times. I'm just blessed to have a good buddy who has a good tree service, and my wood yard here is handy for him, you know. But most of the times, when I do go get do a cleanup job or get trees or logs for folks, it's for a family. I've went several times for my sister, and I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm just saying those are usually only the situations that I'll go and get wood. It's to help a family or friend out with some cleanup. Nearly every week I turn down tree cleanup jobs, and it's not to get paid. It's people wanting to know if I want the wood, and it's, you know, me doing the job cleaning up for free. And I almost always turn that down because I've got so much wood here, you know. And it's not that I don't want to help people out, I just don't have to. I mean, I've got way more wood than I have time to process, which is a good problem to have, but you know, that's just where I'm at. So I just thought I'd talk a little bit about that. Y'all might find that interesting, you might not. Everybody's situation's different, you know. And I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about mine. Thank you for listening. I'm gonna get to cutting. right, there it is. It's some good looking wood. My brother-in-law Travis come down here to help me, and I sure am glad to have his help. He's over here. He's being camera shy. But it sure does make it easier having somebody chunking that wood out of the way, man. That's nice. It's gonna be hard to go back to one man. I may me and him, he's got to go be with his kids possibly, and I got to do the same, but I may refill this table. I don't know if I probably won't cut anymore. It's getting in the evening, but anyways, thank y'all for coming. And and Travis done got a lot of cool points. I'm afraid he's gonna ask me to do something that's a pretty big favor, because he done got a lot of cool points this week. He done helped me today, and the other night I had to call him. My brother down the road had a accident in his side-by-side, and it flipped over on him, had him pinned down in a ditch, and it had just got done becoming a frog strangler. I mean, it was pouring down rain. It actually hailed for a few minutes. And my wife called my brother-in-law Travis here. He lives right across the road from me. And I'll be darned, Travis wasn't in my driveway before I got to the end of the driveway in my truck. So it's good to have buddies, neighbors, and brother-in-law. Sometimes you can't help who you can to, you know, but sometimes it works out nice. So you want to tell them anything?
Have a good day.
Thank y'all for coming, and see y'all.